This terrifying story comes from Idaho. It was late at night and a young woman was driving home from a friend's house. As she approached her neighborhood, she noticed a man standing at the edge of the road. He was tall and lanky, with long dark hair that was covering his face. He didn't appear to be doing anything. He was just standing there motionless. She stopped the car and called out to him, "Hey, are you okay? Do you need some help?" But the man didn't respond. She could see that he was wearing a long, dark coat, and it was clear that he wasn't homeless because he wasn't dirty or carrying any signs or panhandling. As she watched, he took a step forward and vanished into thin air. Startled, she called out to him again, but there was no reply. And when she looked back, she couldn't see him anywhere. She thought maybe he'd climbed over the fence, but there was no way he could have done that. It was at least 7 feet tall. Then she saw a light turn on in her house, and she realized that the man had already made it inside. She tried to convince herself that it wasn't a big deal, that she was just being paranoid. Maybe it was just a guy who lived on her street. But then she saw the same man standing at the edge of the road the next night, and the night after that, and every night for weeks. He was always the same distance from the road, just far enough away so that you couldn't see into the house. Sometimes he would raise his arms as if he was trying to flag someone down, but he never did. The most terrifying part was that every time she went outside, she could feel his eyes boring into her back. She started to dread going outside. She felt like he was stalking her. She even started locking her doors during the day. But one night she decided that she couldn't take it anymore. She had to know what was going on. So she went to the window and shouted out to him, "Hey, can you just tell me who you are? What do you want?" But he didn't answer. He just kept standing there motionless. She spent many nights watching this man, trying to figure out who he was and why he was there. Some nights she would see a faint glow coming from inside the house, but she could never make out any details. One night she saw the man take something out of his pocket and throw it on the ground. It looked like a small, dark object. Then he reached down and picked up a rock and smashed it. The next morning she got up early and went out to look for the rock and the thing that he had thrown on the ground. But she couldn't find anything. As the days turned into weeks, the man continued to stand at the edge of the road. But one day he was gone. The house was empty. The windows were boarded up and a sign on the front lawn read, "Beware of dogs." But sometimes when the wind is just right, she can still hear his voice whispering her name. If you enjoyed this scary story, stay tuned for more.